Welcome to the Planet MicroCap Showcase Virtual 2022. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and thank you all for joining us. Now presenting at our event is Wishpond. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, WISH on the TSX Venture and WPNDF on the OTCQX. And presenting on behalf of Wishpond is Ali Tashkander, Chairman and CEO and founder of the company. And with that, Ali, take it away.
Thank you very much, Robert. Good to be here. Thank you very much for your time. So I'm going to go through Wishpond and talk about a little bit of the details about the company. Before I do that, I think a little recap of what we've been up to for the past 2 years since we went public would be quite helpful. It's been pretty much almost exactly 2 years since we went public, December 11th of 2020. And in this short time frame, if you look at the snapshot of the business back then to now, we've grown the business from 1,700 customers to more than 4,000 customers, from $7.9 million of revenue to more than $22 million of revenue run rate, so more than 2.5 times. We made 5 acquisitions that have been really important for the company, and the product set has become a lot more complete and a lot more competitive. And most recently, we posted record revenue and record adjusted EBITDA and being cash flow positive as well in our Q3 numbers. And I couldn't be happier with that. So now with that, I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail about what Wishpond is and what we do. So Wishpond really is a smart marketing cloud built for small businesses, and basically is built to help businesses, regardless of how small they are, with being able to acquire customers and market themselves. As I mentioned, we serve more than 4,000 businesses. We have been growing organically at about 30 to 40%, and with acquisitions, faster than that as well. And where we are right now, we are growing profitably. In Q3, we had grown by 38% year over year from the year before to $5.5 million, and around 10% quarter over quarter, and with adjusted EBITDA positive of $600,000 and cash flow from operations of $700,000. So where we are self-sufficient. We don't need to go to the market. We have enough money on the balance sheet. We have a $6 million line of credit that is fully available and undrawn, and we can continue to grow profitably indefinitely at the current rate. Now, the main problem that we see in the market is that there are millions of small businesses around the world that they know they need to not only be online but be able to connect with customers and acquire customers online. And they do some of that in limited fashion, but they're, for most part, quite underserved and left behind. And, when you compare your typical small business owner and a small business to a large business, large businesses have armies of marketing professionals. They have, their chief marketing officer and designers and copywriters and ad specialists and, IT team, and they can subscribe to a variety of point solutions to help them with their marketing needs, and they can acquire marketing, they can work with marketing agencies and pay, larger ad budgets. And when you think about small businesses, that is not the case. Small business owners are busy running their business. They're working extra long hours as is. Marketing is not necessarily their core area of expertise, especially online marketing. Marketing agencies and marketing tech companies, for most part, are geared towards enterprise and mid-tier of the market and up. And then, they're quite underserved as a result of that. And this is something that is a gap in the market right now, but it's not going to stay like this. The trend in the future is that all of these businesses, all of these millions of small businesses would have to come up to speed and come up to par with some of those best practices from larger businesses. And it is definitely going to happen. And it's great that Wishpond is leading the charge in some of those aspects and helping these businesses. And I'll shed more light on exactly how we do that. So Wishpond platform has different components of what a business needs to succeed, and we make it easy, cost effective, and give them the service help that they need as well to succeed under one platform. And the way to think about that is that when you want to grow your business, no single tactic is going to be enough. You need a framework. That's how large businesses, established marketing teams do it. They have a framework. They have different tactics, different tools, everything feeding into each other in a cohesive way. So that's exactly what Wishpond provides to our small business audience. We have a growth engine where, on one end, we give them tools for attracting new leads. So our clients use Wishpond to have their website on it, different pop-ups and forums and contests, landing pages, different ways of attracting a new audience and getting their contact information, generating the lead list. So that's the attract part. Once they've attracted that, that's not the end of the story. These people who downloaded something from you or shared their contact information are not necessarily ready to become your customers. You need to build more of a relationship with them, educate them, nurture them. That's the next part that Wishpond has software and solutions to help them with email marketing, with SMS marketing, or shopping cart abandonment functionality. And once you nurture them, some of them will actually end up converting and becoming your customers, and that's great. Now, what you want to do is those engaged prospects that you have or the customers that you've had from before that are happy with you, you want to be able to use the power of word of mouth through referral marketing to get them to refer other people and continue this positive feedback loop going for you and grow as a result of that. And that's exactly what we provide for our customers. And when someone signs up to Wishpond, we help set everything up for them, including the design and copy and all of those things. And then we hand the machine to them so that they have the best chance of success. And this is something that it is really just not done for them in the market. In fact, when you look at the market, there are a lot of different marketing technology companies out there. Vast majority of the marketing technology players that exist right now are in this left side, point solutions. That one of them, all they do is referral marketing. Another one, all they do is contests. Another one is just CRM. Another one is just landing pages. Another one is just email marketing. And that's great if your target is that marketing professional or CMO type or agency that wants to use multiple of these tools. But when you're a business owner who's already busy, doesn't want to pay for multiple subscriptions, just wants to go to one place and for things to work well for them, that is just not going to cut it. And that's where on the right-hand side, you see substantially fewer all-in-one platforms. Just it's more difficult to build an all-in-one complete platform that is actually good. So now Wishpond is one of that, in that group of companies. But even within that, majority of the all-in-one platforms are geared towards enterprise and larger businesses and more established businesses that can pay higher fees. In the more cost-effective side that are built for small businesses, then you see very few competitors, and Wishpond definitely is leading the charge on that. We work with a lot of different companies, as I mentioned. We currently serve more than 4,000 businesses. One example here is, Boo Foods, you see on the left-hand side, a vegan protein bar company that joined us back in 2016. And they sold through retail distribution channels, but they also sold, directly on their website. And they wanted to grow that direct-to-consumer side. And they knew that the key to that would be increasing the email subscriber list, their lead list, their engaged audience that they can continuously go back to. And we helped them grow that from 6,500 email subscribers to close to 150,000, so 23-fold. And that has been very, very important. I mean, the other example that I would use here that might also be quite helpful is, think about let's say a local gym. When a local gym comes to Wishpond, what we offer for them is, we can actually rebuild their website and put it on Wishpond's, state-of-the-art drag and drop website builder that is just really nice to work with and easy to use. So their website is going to run on Wishpond. And then, they might want to have somewhere on their website where people can book appointments with their personal trainers, so they can use Wishpond's calendar booking functionality. Someone might want to, enter their information to contact us or something like that. That form would be a Wishpond form. Then you want to be in touch with your members or those leads. Then they would use Wishpond email marketing and newsletters. Someone goes in to check out their, and buy membership on the website. That payment can be done through Wishpond, and let's say they're going through that, and then in the middle of it, they bounce and they don't complete that. Then there would be text message sent to them to say, hey, do you want to come back and complete this? That text message marketing would be done through Wishpond. The referral marketing to get people to encourage them to get more interested parties to come in and get the membership. That referral marketing would be done through Wishpond. So you can see how that is a very cohesive platform that would really put this local gym in a much better position in terms of their marketing and online presence and the savviness and the sophistication for them that maybe wasn't available to them in the past, and it was for the larger businesses. So really, that's why we win. That's why Wishpond is really #1 digital marketing platform for SMBs, and we've been recognized as such by the Gartner Group and Capterra and GetApp and a few other of such organizations, because Wishpond is an all-in-one platform. You don't have to go to multiple places. It's cost effective. It is priced to be attractive to the small business owner. And it has that service element as well. A lot of times when you subscribe to one of these marketing tools, then you have to still go and hire a marketing agency or pay thousands of dollars to someone else to build it for you and do the right things. With Wishpond, as part of the onboarding, we actually do all of the heavy lifting. We have our own designers and copywriters and ad specialists and all of those people. We create the best work that is very attractive and primed for conversion, and then we hand it off to you, and that is a competitive advantage that we have as well, and we're always innovating and adding more functionality to the platform. And all the technology tools that I mentioned are Wishpond's intellectual property and our technology. Our 4,000 customers, about 70% of them are from United States, 15% from Canada, and then remaining 16% are everywhere, Europe mainly, some Brazil, and so forth. The other thing that is also quite important is that by industry, it's quite well diversified. 25% of our customers are, or our revenue comes from e-commerce companies, followed by B2B businesses and service-based businesses. But even B2B and service-based is a lot of different industries, and after that you see agencies and others, and that diversification is quite advantageous for us. We in terms of our revenue, you can actually see a bit of a many years of a track record, from 2017 to now. We've continuously delivered year over year. From 2017 to 2020 was when we were operating as a private company, and quite consistently 30 to 40% year over year growth. From 2020 to 2021, that's when we went public and we made a number of acquisitions. That's why that's 87%. So organic plus acquired companies. And this year we're forecasted to grow by 40% as well. And what I'm also very happy with is that we've done that while remaining profitable, for the past 3 years. And this year, definitely the first 2 quarters we were slightly negative. third quarter, we went back into positive, and we expect fourth quarter to also be positive and record revenue numbers as well. And overall, as a matter of policy, we want to continue growing profitably. So obviously, from quarter to quarter, there might be some fluctuations, but we believe, and then we've demonstrated that we can continue to be profitable while still growing at that 30-40%, and definitely surpassing the rule of 40, where your growth plus profit would be more than 40%. Especially in this climate, is quite important. Now, our cash balance is about $2.7 million, cash and short-term investments, GICs, and so forth, plus $6 million line of credit. And recently, we've been also paying for earnouts from cash, and we can continue to do that. We don't see a need to raise money or go into debt, in the near future, or even in the medium term. When it makes sense, obviously, we would want to go to the market at higher stock prices and raise money for the purpose of acquisitions. But we're very comfortable growing at 30-40% organically as is. So third quarter numbers is what I was talking about. We did record revenue of $5.5 million, 22 million revenue run rate. That was 38% year-over-year growth. And we did a lot of cost optimizations in the second quarter. We didn't do any layoffs. There was some trimming of different costs, some optimizations, some server cost reductions, and some of our own software subscriptions and so forth, that resulted in $1 million of annualized savings. And that definitely showed in the third quarter with $700,000 of positive cash flow from operations and $600,000 of adjusted EBITDA positive. Our business model is subscription-based recurring revenue, and that gives us a lot of visibility into the next year. We know what's coming. We know the revenues that are already booked. The contracts, majority of them are annual 12-month contracts that renew for successive terms, and gross margins are consistently between that 65 to 70% margin. Some people use us fully self-serve, sign up. Maybe they're that marketing savvy person and they just want to use a platform as is. And then there are some teams where is more of that typical business owner that I talked about, where they need more hand-holding. They want us to do the onboarding and set things up for them and then hand it off to them. And, that would be more on the managed side. Because of some of those, managed solutions, and now putting everything that we have in a bundled offering, the average revenue per customer has consistently grown as well, from $188 back in 2017 to now approaching $500 per month. And that trend has been continuing quite consistently. One of the things that was also interesting about Wishpond is that one of the reasons small businesses are not as interesting to some of our competitors is that sometimes it's difficult to reach them profitably and make a solid business out of that. In our case, we have a system that actually does that really well. $1 investment in our sales team gets us close to $3.50 revenue in the first year. And that's something that means we can very profitably and scalably continue to go and go to the millions of small businesses that are out there and onboard them. And that's how our organic growth has been, driven. Last year, we had 24 salespeople or account executives, and this year now we're close to 40. And next year, we plan to get that to 60 or 70. And as we grow the number of account executives, our sales continues quite consistently. And we have a number of specializations. We have a lead generation team, a sales development rep team that does the first leg of the outreach, and then they pass the deals and demos to the account executives who close them. The 5 acquisitions we made, 4 of them were last year, 1 of them was this year. In a short period of time, I'm very happy with the acquisition we made. I think one of the things that is is quite key in terms of the criteria for the acquisitions we made is that they are all marketing and sales automation platforms that shared similar margin profile to our business, and they're all businesses that are very relevant in terms of their technology for the small business market, and we could bundle it as part of the same offering and have cross-sell opportunities. But also all of them were profitable, 15 to 20% EBITDA margins, and we didn't overpay for any of these acquisitions, 1.1 times to 2.9 times. So very reasonable multiples, and they're all recurring revenue as well. And I couldn't be happier with the acquisitions we made. They've really made Wishpond a much more solid offering from 2 years ago. And when I was talking about that wheel in terms of different functionalities that we provide to a small business, a lot of it came from the acquisition we made. Before acquiring Viral Loops, we didn't have a referral marketing offering. Before acquiring WinBack, we didn't have SMS marketing offering. Persist IQ, for example, outbound sales marketing, we didn't have that. Brax, we didn't have ad management, and so forth. In Google marketing operations and some of the CRM functionalities. So they have been tremendously important in terms of making product a lot more complete and helping us grow faster and applying our sales methodology and predictable sales to helping these entities grow faster as well. And I think that's also key in Wishpond's story, is that it is a recession resilient story. Back in March of 2020, when COVID hit initially, we had businesses that were in travel and hospitality and fitness and spas and those kind of companies that were really hit hard by COVID, and we served them. And at that point, we were quite concerned about what that means to our business. But because we were diversified in terms of the industries we serve, sure, we took a hit in those businesses, but we could then shift our focus more towards e-commerce businesses, some of the B2B businesses that were not affected as much, and some of them actually were beneficiaries of the new trends. And as a result of that, the company as a whole continued to do very well. And that's something that still in this environment is key. We are not focused on one industry only, and that gives us a lot of optionality and ability to maneuver around any hits in the market. Also, we serve more than 4,000 businesses. That is something that we're not heavily dependent on a few customers, and that helps us. The other thing also is that even when times are tough, businesses still need to continue, and they still need to get new clients and new customers, and they need Wishpond platform. In fact, when times are tough, they need to actually reduce their expenditure, and Wishpond is a lower cost alternative to them hiring an in-house marketing person or paying for multiple point solutions in terms of marketing technology platforms, or going with an agency. So even within that, we are the right solutions for them. We also did a lot of cost cutting that I talked about. Those expense reductions and improved cash flow make us ready, or a lot more ready, to handle any recessionary negative forces that might come our way. And what is also important to note is that as of right now, we haven't seen any slowdown in demand for our products, and we actually have had record monthly revenues every month since Q1, and demand for our products and services are strongest than it's ever been. But again, we feel quite comfortable and ready for in terms of what it means to the business in terms of any recessionary forces that might come. So when we originally listed the company, the share price was 75 cents, and originally it shot up quite a bit, and then over the past year or so, obviously, as I'm sure you've seen, we've been affected by the negative market trends as well. But as you can see, also since June, it's been kind of stable and trending up actually. But what is still important to note in this is that, we are trading at more or less the same stock price as we listed, around 75 cents, to 80 cents now. But the company is a substantially, more promising and solid company, more than 2.5 times revenue of what we were back then. Strong growth continuing, profitable, more customers, and a more complete product offering, and a lot more competitive that way. And because of that, also we're now you look at the larger revenue base but the same stock price, it means that we're trading right now at multiple of around 1.5 times of next year's revenue, compared with some of the comparables at about 4.5, 4.7 or 4.5 times. And that to me means that there's a lot of value for smart investors who want to invest in solid, fast-growing, profitable businesses that are future-proof. And Wishpond, I believe, is going to be a beneficiary of market turning around for the positive in the future. Now, coming back to this, more than 40% insider ownership of Wishpond. And also, the 6 analysts that cover Wishpond have their consensus target price at $1.77 compared to where it is. So there's a lot of room also on the upside there as well. The team is also very solid. We have a number of people that are industry veterans in the marketing technology space and SaaS space in general. Hossein, one of our directors, and my partner, he founded 2 companies, sold one of them to Lucent Technologies back in 2000. Olivier Vincent, one of our directors, he started Can Pages, grew to about $100 million of revenue, sold it for 225 to Yellow Pages, has been a serial entrepreneur and executive, really well known in Canada. Lloyd Lobo, one of our latest additions to the board. I couldn't be happier with having this caliber of board members. He is a co-founder of Boost Capital, member of Traction Conference, and a Traction Conference that Lloyd runs is one of the largest marketing conferences that has hundreds of thousands of members and a captive audience, and that is quite helpful in terms of the expertise that Lloyd brings to the table as well. So in terms of just a summary, again, we're talking about millions of small businesses in the market. We're only scratching the surface with the 4,000 customers that we have. Millions of small businesses that are underserved. They do need to come up to speed in terms of the sophistication of their online presence and marketing needs. We have the right solutions for them, and we have a profitable, scalable way of reaching them with our outbound sales model, and bring them on board. And we have a proven track record of being able to deliver and grow, and bring strong organic growth of 30 to 40%, and then acquisitions on top of that. We have a very strong all-in-one digital marketing platform that is really perfect for small businesses. And there's a lot of growth that we can continue to drive with increased sales with our own cash flow, and a stock that is quite undervalued compared to its peers. So with all of those, I think Wishpond is definitely one of the best names that exists in this market, at least as far as I can tell. So that's everything I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you again for your attention.
Thank you very much, Ali, for your presentation here today. We're kind of right up at the edge there. So, but to be frank, you kind of answered pretty much every question I probably would have had anyway. So, with that, Ali, thank you so much for your presentation today. To everybody watching, thank you for tuning in, and have a great rest of the event. Thank you again, Ali.
Thank you very much.